Anointed Warriors. What's up, spiritual family? Welcome back to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose. Yes, sir. Today, guys, if you aren't familiar with the channel, there's some very important details that I'm going to be giving you a little bit towards the end of the video as it relates to the ministry, who it's here to serve. I'm going to give you guys some disclosure type of information about myself, things of that nature. But the reason why, and I typically do this at the beginning of the video, the reason why I'm going to put it towards the end today is because I really have something that I need to kind of just get off my chest. And I believe that it could serve as an inspiration to you guys and an example to you guys. Maybe you can relate to the story that I'm about to share with you directly or maybe indirectly. But hopefully there's some nuggets in it as it relates to you, your own journey, and what it means for you to be a leader. What it means for all of us who carry this light to be a leader. It starts with us having to absorb all the bumps, the bruises, in all of the different various ways that they present themselves. Smear campaigns, financial things that we have to let go of, relationships that we have to let go of. You're familiar with the different elements or the different aspects that we as leaders, that's what we are. We're the leaders of a new world as we watch this current world continue to collapse. Yes, these are Bible prophecies that's being fulfilled right before our very eyes. And we know that the phoenix rises from the ashes. And we know that during this thing called Armageddon, that at the pinnacle of the final collapse of this entire world government, this system that's based on money and greed and lust and envy and jealousy and hate and all that kinds of stuff, right during the last instance, if you will, right before it finally implodes in its entirety, this person that we call Christ makes his return and sets up his kingdom. So we are the leaders of that kingdom as it relates to being servants of this thing that we call God. And so as this system continues to collapse, as leaders, we got to take the bumps, the bruises, the heartaches, the headaches, in all these various forms. So today, let me set the table a little bit further as it relates to this, why this may resonate with you either directly or maybe not, perhaps indirectly, or maybe not at all. I am a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. And of course we know that falls under that secondary, tertiary to me being a child of God. But as it relates to humanistically speaking and, my occupation, my career, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. And so as a businessman, and from that perspective, if it doesn't make dollars, then it doesn't make sense. You understand? And that's a scenic route for me to say, like, I prioritize business. The physical fitness branch of this ministry, which is only the branch that, comes with, fixed pricing and cost of services, the philosophical consultative services and the clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices, for those of you that are already familiar with the channel. Those services don't come with a fixed price scale. They don't come with a fixed price at all. I simply ask for donations in any amount. And if one isn't able to make any type of donation, no one is denied services in that department. So when it comes to physical fitness training, this is, what pays my bills. So I'm business minded. I like to think that I'm pretty sharp, I'm pretty shrewd, I'm pretty savvy, when it comes to business. So I'm always in this mindset, this business mindset. And this ties into the point that I'm making, because as leaders and as a businessman, whatever it may be in your situation, a wife, a husband, employee, whatever, as a businessman in my particular situation, I'm always faced with these situations where, hey, you're going to sell out for business, or you're going to maintain your honor, your spiritual dignity. I'm faced with that on a regular basis. And so today was a prime example of that. I go to the gym and I'm at a time that it's a little bit different, just not too much, but it's a little bit different in terms of the times that I normally go. And so when I walk in there, when I walk in there, some of the, the narcissists, the haters, the, disciples of darkness, some of them were, that I'm familiar with seeing, they were there, but there was also quite a few people that aren't familiar with me, I'm not familiar with seeing, because again, I normally go at a slightly different time. So, I perk up, from a business standpoint, I perk up. I make sure I take a few seconds to clean my energy. I set my intentions. I go into making sure that I'm operating in a certain template that, is organic for me, which is to, I'm naturally, observant, I'm naturally respectful, and I'm naturally quiet and respectful. So with those things, I make sure, okay, I metaphorically, dot my I's, cross my T's, straighten up my tie, and I go in there. So right off the bat, and let me say this, and I mean this very humbly, but if you truly carry the light, you know that wherever you go, you're the star of the show. Doesn't matter what you look like, if you're driving a hoopty or you're driving a Bugatti. That energy that you carry makes you the star of the show. When you walk in the club, the workplace, whatever it is, it's almost like the music stops and all eyes are on you. It's almost like you walk into there and you got this giant sized traffic cone glued to the top of your head. I mean, it's all eyes on you. You know that. So I go in there, it's all eyes on me, and I'm ready. Okay, yeah, it's an opportunity. I'm gonna get some new clients. Got my, everything's ready, And being the star of the show, and then having that energy, as you are familiar with, having that spirit inside of you. A lot of people don't know which way to go. They don't know how to approach you. You attract all of the energy, and this is people that are genuinely attracted to you, genuinely inspired, genuinely intrigued. But you also attract, the oppositions, the Decepticons, those who are intimidated, those who are narcissistic, and they want to bring you down and manipulate your energy. So you have to be on point, as you already know. So I go in there, I'm like, okay, let me balance all this out. Let me make sure I'm operating within my framework. And, I see, it's usually, ladies, and, well, let me digress that. Let me digress for a minute. It's usually both guys and girls, but it's usually guys who, put on the mean mug, put on the tough guy, walk by close, slam their weights down, all this kinds of stuff. And it's usually, how the guys would tend to react. Not all of them. And it's usually the ladies who will, come close to wherever I'm working, whatever I'm doing, present themselves in the mirror, just good old fashioned, hey, look, check me out. I'm checking you out. I'm giving you these female signs and indications that I'd like for you, to approach me. So, I'm picking up on all that, but I'm business minded, and this is where, as leaders, what are you going to do? Like, I have opportunities to engage with some of the ladies who are just in it for things other than business, and they will pay money as a client, but that's just for them to try to establish, some type of connection where they hope that other things could possibly take care of. When I sense that energy, and once I engage them in a way that lets them know, hey, it's strictly professional over here, oftentimes that costs a lot of business. It just does. And then there's the other ladies which is where I'm going today. There's the other ladies who come over there and they start off one way, but then they ultimately reveal themselves. So let me try to get to the crux of this. The three ladies that decided, okay, we like his energy, if we like what he looks like, whatever, we want to engage this guy. And I'm peeping my surroundings. I'm seeing everything, and nobody can really tell that I'm watching my whole surroundings. But at the same time, I got these blinders on. I'm seeing everything, and I'm not seeing anything at all at the same time. So I picked the three ladies that were, in the background. I could see them in the mirror, and they were checking me out and all of this. And so now it's time for me to do my thing. Let me be discerning. Let me see what their energy is like. Let me be prepared to have my game and to say, hey, look, if your energy is like that, that's your energy. Hey, look, if you want a trainer, I'll train you. But you got to get it. I'm going to make it clear to you that it's not going to be anything other than a professional relationship. So I'm peeping them and they peeping me, but they don't know that I'm peeping them. I'm seeing the whole surroundings. And again, it's all eyes on me, all eyes on Heavenly Father that's operating within me. And so they do what, people normally start doing when they want some attention. They start talking loud. They were in the background over there. They started talking loud and, saying little, comments about their day and how hard they're working and stuff like that. And I'm just doing me, waiting on an opportunity, because I don't sell my services. My services sell themselves. Like, this is my routine. You don't see guys working out like this. Not that it's better than what everybody is doing, but it's different. And that attracts, men and women of all sorts, clean-hearted and, the Decepticons. So eventually they decided, okay, they wasn't getting any attention back there, making the noise or getting louder and louder. So they came and got on the bench that was right next to me. Good morning, ladies. How y'all doing? Good. How are you? Okay, great. I'm doing great. I see y'all back there. Y'all working hard, man. Okay. Now, to give a little bit more, kind of fill in the details, one was in great shape, one was in good, decent shape, and the other one, she wasn't in bad shape, but you could tell that she was the newbie. Okay, so now I say that, and now I'm reading the energy from there. Okay, this could be them clients I'm looking for. Out of nowhere, just like narcissistic people do, when they feel like you aren't acknowledging them enough, if you aren't validating them, if you aren't giving them the attention, the compliments that they feel like they deserve, then they go to trying to demand it. So they quickly showed their hand. Now, I'm going somewhere with this because everybody else is watching, all the people that haven't seen me before. And I had on my trainer shirt and all this, and they're like, okay, what kind of exercise is that? What is he doing? Okay. And they're also saying, okay, how's he going to handle this situation? I know this what they're waiting. You know, they're going to be encouraged themselves to come over and say something, or maybe give me an eye or an okay, you know, body gesture to let me know they'd like for me to approach them, whatever. They're watching this. So out of nowhere, you know, they start showing their hand. You know, they started walking by close, invading my little personal space, you know, coughing close, and I'm just doing me, letting it be known, okay, I'm minding my surroundings, but I'm not offended by that. I'm not going to feed into that. I'm not going to run away from that. I'm just going to do me. So pretty soon, and I'll wrap this up here in just a second, pretty soon, that wasn't good enough. Pretty soon, I went across the gym to do a different exercise, and one of the ladies, you know, began to pick up my weights, because I had a little pile of weights over there that I was working with. And she started moving them down to the other bench. You know, and I got back over and said, ma'am, I'm still kind of using that. And she said, oh, I didn't know you was there. You know, you're working on the bench right next to me. Okay, whatever. So I'm like, okay. And I said, now, if you like, I can move down. If you just want to use this bench so that you can be closer to your homegirls, I can move down if you want. I said, if you want to help me move these weights, you know, I'd be happy to go to this bench if you just want to be closer to your homegirls. Oh, no. I saw your cup there, but I didn't see you there. Okay, whatever. You know, and then it gets a little bit worse. You know, the narcissists, you know, they get pissed off when you don't give them that energy. They self-destruct. And so that wasn't good enough, you know, with them barking and trying to move my weights and, you know, the weird comment, I didn't see you, and all of this. So then I watched one of them again. I'm seeing everything, but nobody can tell that all they see is this guy that's locked into his training session. But they don't see this guy that's astutely mindful of his surroundings. So I watched this girl, unbeknownst to her, this lady, intentionally kick my shaker cup over. And then she looked right at me and started hollering and screaming with an apology. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do, well, you just said you saw my cup. I didn't mean to do that. I literally watched you intentionally kick my cup, even though you tried to make it appear as an accident. You know, no problem, ma'am. Accidents happen. You know, this is pissing them off. I refuse to play their little game. From there, they go to making all kinds of statements. No, wait a minute. It gets better. The lady who was in super shape, you know, she started dancing in the mirror. You know, she started doing her girly dance, whirling and twirling. And there's three of them, so, you know, of course she's pretending that she's doing it for her friends or whatever. But she's whirling and twirling. Okay, so, you know, I say, you know, okay, I see you, baby girl. I see you. And I gave her a dap. Okay, I'm acknowledging. I know you want some attention, but you're going about it the wrong way. I'm not here for that. My shirt says trainer. My aura, my presentation says business. It's what it's representing. But I did, you know, give her that. Hey, okay, I see you, baby girl. Gave her the dap, kept it moving. Again, that wasn't good enough. She went to whirling and twirling like she was somewhere in a pole. Still didn't get the attention she wanted. She started saying, you know what, this is going to be a slow day. I can tell. This is, you know, and I'm having to navigate this. I'm having to, you know, endure this. I'm having to rise above this. And all the time, I'm very consciously aware that, okay, everybody's watching this. And ultimately, you know, when they finish and they didn't get the response, this is going to be a slow day. Or she actually used the word. You can't make this up. She actually used the word. You know what? The narcissists that come in this gym, girl, you know, and I just kind of look like, okay, I heard that word. You know, I acknowledge that word. You ain't possibly talking to me, but I didn't give her a stare down. Girl, the narcissist that come in this gym and this, I'm gonna go and get out of here. So they pack up and they leave. And it's not a very kosher moment for me. I endure. I have to go through this all the time. And again, I had that opportunity. What are you gonna do? You can play their little game, even though you know their energy is fake, it's disingenuous, it's manipulative. But you want that money as a businessman. What are you going to do? So that's the way I moved. And as fate would have it, a guy, and this is a guy who, he sees me all the time. I haven't discerned, where he's coming from. I acknowledge him. He's acknowledged me, but it's his energy. I don't know if he's just a little bit intimidated, a little bit, something else, whatever. So when they left, he literally walked up and said, "Hey man, you just ruined your reputation. You can't make this up." Oh no. He said your reputation just took a hit. I said, "Pardon me?" He said, "Yeah, those girls over there trying to get your attention, you didn't give it to them. Your reputation just took a hit in this whole place." This is exactly what he said. And my response was, you know what? I'm an energy guy. If my reputation took a hit because I didn't, give them the energy that they wanted, at least I kept my dignity and my integrity intact. And he said, okay. And he walked off. This is what we have to deal with. This is what we have to put up with. And again, whether it's something that you experience, if this relates to you on the job, in your relationship, my God-given personal way to address this is to continue to run the race that he has set before me. If I sat here and told you all of the different stories, of guys that wanted me to stroke their egos, they would have made a good client. They would have paid money. They asked me for advice. I gave them the advice, gave them the recommendation, gave them the spots when they lift. But once I sensed that, okay, you expect for me to compliment you. You expect for me to go out of my way to make you feel comfortable, to build you up and encourage you. That's not what I'm here for. You're not a paying customer. You're just some narcissist that's seeking energy. And once I seek that, it's like, okay, I'm respectful, I'm kind, I'm polite, I'm all those different things. But me pursuing you as a potential client, it's out the window. It's out the window. And that's with the guys that, I gave them the compliment, I gave them the lift, but because I didn't continue to feed that, they start slamming their weights around and start mean mugging and trying to bully some kind of energy. You ain't the kind of client that I want. It would take an act of God for that to work out, and you have that kind of energy, and me decide that I'm going to train you anyway. It's the same thing when it comes to the ladies with the flirting. Hey, I've had tons of clients where the majority of them, that's how I was able to pretty much get them and pretty much keep them. Flirting. I didn't have to do anything physical with them, but stroking their egos, feeding their narcissistic, false image that they have of themselves. So this is what we have to face, guys. And finances can take a hit. Your reputation can take a hit. But me personally, I'm going to keep walking the path that He set before me. I'm going to keep trusting Him, that I don't have to stroke anybody's ego. I don't have to fit in with somebody whose energy is disingenuous. I'm trusting Him. The good book says that my gifts, the gifts that he has given me, and the gifts that he has given you, your gifts will make a way for you. You don't have to sacrifice your integrity. You don't have to sacrifice your dignity, your morals, your beliefs. You don't have to sacrifice your wisdom when you know that somebody is seeking to. Maybe they will spend some money with you. Maybe they will give you that job promotion. Maybe they will go out on a date with you. And you would like that. You want that promotion, whatever the case may be. But you know it's all fakery. You don't have to take that route. You need to be the leader and say, hey, I'm trusting him to take me all the way, because I have to trust that, okay, being this man of God, even though I didn't see or deduce that there was someone who was encouraged and inspired by the way that I handled that, I have to trust him. That somebody may have saw that and realized in their own life they don't have to sell out. They don't have to dumb down. They don't have to kiss up, and they don't have to overreact. And hopefully somebody sensed that and got value out of that and was encouraged in their own lives to do, what in their heart feels right and not just what's politically correct. You understand? I also have to trust him that, okay, these three women or the onlookers who may have had that same kind of approach in life, I have to trust him that he sent them there to experience that, for us to engage in that little situation. He sent them there to help shed light to them that there's a better way. And that way right there ain't going to get it done. Let's just put it like that. And maybe you're so used to walking around and dancing in the mirror and being friendly at first, but then when no one feeds your ego, you get a little bit, energetically aggressive, and that person caves or that person falls into retaliation and all of that. Maybe that is what you're used to. But as a leader, I'm here to lead the way, and so are you, to show there's a better way. So maybe they learned a lesson, and maybe they will go and take a look at themselves and say, you know what? They could really tell that, I'm a good guy. And there's a lot of good guys and good girls out there, and we don't feel the need that we have to prove that. We let our actions speak. Hey, I'm nice, I'm polite, I'm courteous, I'm humble, I'm approachable, I'm energetic. I'm all of these different things. I don't have to prove that to you. And if my reputation, if my finances, this is how I do it personally. If those things have to take a hit, then so be it. I know one thing. He is in control of all. And if he wants to get clients to me, then he'll send me the clients that'll see the truth, the value of who I am in him. And that's the same thing for you. Now, maybe, again, this resonates with you directly. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe if you zoom out, you can see how these type of situations are being played out in your own life, just from different perspectives, in different, categories. But this is what we have to do as leaders. This is our God-given assignment, guys. And that's what I got for you guys. I do feel better having shared that, because, again, it wasn't the most pleasant thing for me. But, hey, I'm a big boy. I've dealt with it, before. But I guess maybe the gentleman walking up and said, your reputation just took a hit. Pardon me, say everybody saw, those girls trying to give you an attention, those ladies trying to give you attention, and they saw how you treated them. So your reputation just took a hit. Wow. Well, you know what? I'm an energetic guy, and if it took a hit because our energies didn't match, and I didn't give them the energy that they were trying to get. If my reputation took a hit, at least I kept my integrity. My spiritual integrity and my spiritual dignity intact. That's more important to me. And I believe those are the type of things that are more important to you. That's why you don't surrender, your love to someone that is undeserving of it. This is why you don't go out of your way to try to fit in. This is why you take the lumps and the bruises that you take all across the board, wherever the area is that you take them. But as leaders, this is what we're here to do, to set an example that there is a better way. And that old way, being, always politically correct, even if you got to sacrifice your dignity and your integrity and, going out of your way to kiss up and make people feel good that, they don't appreciate it, and they're socially bullying you, by being mean-spirited and foul with their energy and intentions. You don't have to be subdued by that. You're here to lead and to show people, because whether you see it or not, there's somebody that's watching. Somebody that's, wow, I like that strength. I like that power, because what they say to themselves is when they get in those situations, they do kiss up. They do overreact. They do zone out or play dumb or whatever. You have to trust that. People are watching. This is why most people are falling to the light. Falling to the darkness, because they very rarely see the light. Moral discipline, high quality human conduct. They very rarely see that. They see that most people are fake. Most people will smile just to get some attention, just to get validation, just to get approval, just to trick someone out of their energy. People see this, and they very rarely see the light. You may be the only light that they see. You may be the only light that they see for that day, for that week, for that year. So lead by example, man. You can be calm and polite and respectful and courageous and wise and humble and tolerant and forgiving and set boundaries and enforce them. You can do all these things. You can do all these things, and it's your assignment, your God-given assignment, to do these things, to put these things on display so the others watching can be inspired and move towards this thing we call God. And for those who are beholding unto the darkness, they could learn a lesson and say, wow, you know what? This BS doesn't work on everybody. It may have worked on most people, but it sure don't work on everybody, because I came across this guy in the gym, or this girl in the gym, or this girl in the store, whatever it was. So lead by example. Take the bumps, take the bruises, keep growing. Anything that doesn't kill you just makes you stronger. Everything that's happening to you is happening for you. Live by that, and I thank you guys for all the love and support. Let me try to get my closing in. I'm going to start by honoring Heavenly Father with a brief testimony. If you're familiar with the channel, you know a little bit more about it. I'll leave a link down in the description for the Cash App. I'll do that for the Cash App as well, but with the email address, so that you can reach out to this ministry if you have any questions, about my testimony, about the services, whatever. But I have essentially a 6th grade education. I've had too many back and forths when it comes to being locked up and incarcerated. I have too many to even count. I really do. The ones where I spent time in the actual Department of Correction / sentence to prison, juvenile prison and adult prison, that was 7 separate times from the age of 11 up to the age of 34. 3 in the juvenile, 4 in the adult Department of Corrections. I've been strung out on drugs. I've been homeless. I've been abused in the household. I've abused in the household. I've committed every crime that you can imagine besides a sex-related crime and murder. I was almost 80 pounds overweight. I had an eating disorder. I was obese. Gangs, violence in the gangs, all of that. He delivered me from all of that. He delivered me from all of that. And I have to keep the faith that he didn't deliver me just for me to end up in a situation where I have to kiss people's behind in order to get a client, or kiss people behind because I'm worried about my reputation. He didn't bring me through all of that for that. And he didn't bring you through all of that. He's brought you through for you to have to do that either. We just have to trust him. Some of you guys have amazing testimonies, whether they're like mine or whether they're extreme as it relates to you. And what was extremely challenging to you. It's all the same God. It's all the same struggles, just in different type of areas. So he is real. He is on the throne, and this ministry has been raised up to help those that are hurting, those who have made mistakes, those who are outcast, those who are physically ill, those who are repentant, drug abusers, criminals, prostitutes, you name it. It's been 25 years, essentially, since he's delivered me from all of those things. He's caused me to go on to become an all-natural professional bodybuilder, a certified fitness trainer, the founder of my own company, and the founder of this ministry, in the hopes of giving back, inspiring, encouraging. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm way over the time limit, so let me get out of here. I'll leave a link down in the description for the with the email, with the Cash App. The ministry is based on philosophical consultative services for the mind, ISSA certified fitness training for the body, and clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices for the spirit and for the soul. So it's a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. Again, this is an abbreviated closing and an abbreviated testimonial, if you will. But he's real, man. Go out there and trust that realness wherever it leads. Wherever it leads. Hey, I'm willing to go without the money. I'm willing to go without. I'm willing to go with the reputation being damaged. I'm willing to go wherever it leads in order for me to stay true to the path that he's set before me. And I encourage you guys to stay true to the path that he's set before you, and don't sell out. I believe that's everything, man. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Share this message. Share the word about this ministry. Help this ministry grow, and he's promised to always be a helper to those who are a helper of others. Please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. I believe that's everything. As always, guys, be smart, be sharp, be strong, and be safe. Be happy, be healthy, be humble, and always be courageous, while you simultaneously always remember that ultimately there's only two different paths in life. One path leads to blissful ignorance. The other path leads to meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in life. The selection between those two choices for your life, the choice is in your hand. So please, choose wise. That's what I got for you guys. I love you all. I'm praying for you all. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and thanks for allowing me to vent that, and thank you guys for receiving that, and hopefully it was inspiring to you guys, and you guys could use that to kind of go over your own situations and circumstances to see if there's anything that you have to just deal with and put up with. How are you handling it? Are you selling out? Are you dumbing down? Are you kissing up, for money, for the sake of your reputation, the sake of friends, and how it's going to make you look and all that stuff? How are you handling it? So that's what I got for you guys. Thanks again. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.